Teaching Training 2, and Curriculum Design. Let's welcome him with an applause. Okay, well, first of all, thank you very much for being here. I'm gonna be moving around so we can talk, practice, and as you have known, this is a workshop, so I'm expecting you to move to help me with the activities, and at the end, you're going to obviously try to apply what we discussed today. So, well, my name is Gustavo. I'm gonna be working with you, and this is were you here with the mariachi last night? No, well, the mariachi were saying los niños participan porque somos maestros y esperamos una interacción. So once more, how are you today? More or less. We will try to find some coffee for you. Well, as you know, I am come from Guanajuato, but I would like to know where are you from? Is everybody from Jalisco? We have any other foreigner? Where are you from? From England. Very good. What are you doing here? Okay, I appreciate you're here, that you have traveled so far. And well, one important aspect for this workshop is to know what level are you currently teaching. Do you work in elementary, middle school, high school, or if you work with university students, you know every dynamic it is different. So who works in elementary education? Quite a lot. Okay, for middle schools, right one, that's the toughest. What about high school? No high school? Okay, one high school, two high school, and somebody works with university students? No, okay, so we work with young adults. We do not work with young adults. So the objective for this workshop is to explore a humanistic and reflective understanding of classroom management that values openness, emotional diversity, and generational change, encouraging teachers to adapt their practice to new educational realities. So, we're going to start with a simple question. In one word, says. We also have Maslow. He has like a triangle. Sorry, it's a mentions like the necessities. And in this case, he highlights effective learning depends on human needs before achieving self-actualization. So if we provide these needs to our students, it is most likely that they are capable to achieve the goals we set in the classroom. And finally, we have Goldman, that he has another perspective. I think like How do we do that? By games, being present. Once more with the philosophical question, what does being present mean? So it's for you to continue discussing um, by listening to them, and activities fun and engaging so they can feel as they are playing. I really like this one. I try to be this teacher, and in my second job where I work with young adults, well, they are kind of boring just like me, so they don't like as much games. They prefer to be very serious, very positive attitude and strong present, guiding and being their model. Oh, very good one. I think it's something about like listening, breathing together. That's excellent. The active pauses, they are very good as well. Introducing mindfulness activities in class, awesome. Self-regulation, being calm and friendly. Okay, with anxiety. Okay, in this meantime, anxiety seems like one of these new conditions for new generations. But according to literature, we also have linguistic anxiety. And this is mostly related with Krashen's affective filter. And literature mentioned like linguistic anxiety, it is like this blocking that students may have under conditions of stress when they are trying to produce the language. It is very interesting, this topic as well. So we can like reduce the affective filter so they can move to the next with their production. Breathing in an emoji, awesome. Create a supportive environment where students identifying emotions, feeling charts, and self-regulation skills. Very good. Using a relaxing area, plenty of enjoy. Oh my God. This is very good. I like it, and I have only worked with this strategy once because most of the schools they have like a very um, small space for too many students. So to find like a nice space for doing this, it is hard. But I like this one, and we're going to move to the PowerPoint. And before moving on, no. Well, so thank you for your answers. I will ask you some applauses for you guys. Very good. Thank you for your participation. And there we go. In a moment. Okay, so we just answered this part. These are the three questions. And the purpose of these is to know if you are following like humanism in your practices. Sometimes we believe we do it, sometimes we do not apply these conditions. But based on your answers, it seems like all of you follow a humanism practice in your teaching. So now we're going to start with the first activity, which is called the empathy circle. And the purpose is the next. You're going to model a practical classroom strategy that integrates Rogers, Maslow, and Goldman in emotional intelligence into classroom management. And we're going to have some volunteers or victims. I don't know. I need five volunteers. Any? Okay, we have one. Can you please come at the front? Two, three. Okay, so since we don't have more volunteers, I'm going to choose two victims. Teacher, can you please tell me a number? 7, right or left? Left. Your left, my left. Your left. So this is my right. So your left is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Please clap your hands so she feel motivated. Come on. Teacher, once more, another number. Right or left? You're right. 1, 2, 3. Compañera, please. So once more, clap your hands for them. So this is an example, and then everybody is going to do it together so you can know what you have to do. And well, first of all, you're going to make a small circle. You can, I don't know, if you don't mind, like to sit them down, I mean, or if you want to, yes, I mean, no problem with that. And I want you to focus on this aspect that it says, one thing that helps me feel safe and motivated in a classroom is thinking this prompt for 1 minute. Just think, so then you can share your answers. Okay? And in the meantime, they are like thinking on their answer, I give the other conditions. So once they have their answer, one person speaks while the other listen. Then the other person, either right or left, is going to paraphrase what he or she has said before. Okay? And then we discuss how they feel to be listened and understood. Correct? Do you understand the instructions? Let's see as a teacher. Are you ready? That was less than a minute, so I'm gonna give you the microphone and you share. And teacher, can you please, after that, rephrase what he said? Okay. What's your name?
I'm teacher Alberto.
Teacher Alberto, can you please tell us what things help you to feel safe and motivated in your classroom?
During my classes, if I see no interest or if I see no participation, I feel nervous because I feel they are not learning anything. So I think that participation and in general attention makes me feel safe during my classes.
Okay, very good. Can you please rephrase what he said and then give your answer?
Sure. So Alberto feels comfortable when students are not participating. So when they do, he feels like everything's going safe and he feels motivated as well.
Okay, very good. Can you please now answer? Well, complete the prompt.
Sure. I believe I feel safe and motivated when the classes go the way I planned. And I feel that the students are enjoying the classes and sometimes they don't even notice when the class is over. So it seems like they're really enjoying it.
Very good. No, just from the last classmate. Yeah, otherwise it's a memory game, so no, don't worry.
Well, he feel bad when the plans aren't going the good way that he planned. And oh my gosh, sorry, did you say when the class involved in your class, yeah, in your lessons are participation, right?
Yeah, that's paraphrasing. No
Okay.
worries. Okay.
Sorry. Well, I think I feel bad when I saw my students with some struggles because with a lot of my students they have some special necessities, about the community or in the daily days, and they don't feel comfortable with other language or other subject, with the school also. And so they feel that I feel comfy with my students it's make the activities with them,
Okay.
work together.
Okay, very good. Can you please pass it? And teacher, can you please rephrase what she said?
The main concept I can remember about what she said is that she wants to work with the students to make them feel comfortable. In my case, I think that the community that I work in, it is very difficult. The children understand that they are learning a new language. So my challenge every day is to motivate them that they are going to create a better atmosphere and a better community through the English.
Okay, very good. Can you please pass it?
Yes, she said that um, if she makes the students feel that there is a community in the classroom through English, you feel safe, right? I'm gonna be brief. My answer will be if my students feel comfortable, I am comfortable.
Very good, very touching.
Thank you. I understood that you feel safe when your students feel comfortable, you're comfortable as well. And one thing that helps me feel safe and motivated in the classroom is when students actually feel they're learning and they are like capable of learning the subject and you can see them motivated.
Okay, finally, teacher.
What she said?
Yes.
I forgot that. I was nervous. I was trying to remember.
No. It's you can provide just like a general closure.
Well, the closure that I will say is like, in general, I see like a lot of reading of reality, like knowing the necessities of your community, knowing the specific necessities of your classroom. I feel like everyone is worried about the necessities of each student. In general, I heard that.
Okay, very good. So please give some applauses for your classmates. And thank you very much for your participation. I appreciate it a lot. And now, as an audience, no, thanks to you. Um, Even though you might have like this simple activity in your classroom, what is like the purpose according to the theory? It is, first of all, okay, we connect what we have here into what Roger mentioned, which is empathy and authentic listening, what is just to spend some minutes with your students asking what or how they feel safe in your classroom. Sometimes, especially those who work in elementary education, we have a student situation where sometimes they do not have breakfast, they have problems at home, and sometimes we ignore them in the classroom. So just through a simple activity about listen your students, it can provide you empathy. And according to Maslow, we mentioned about like to fit their needs. How do you know their needs? Through listening, to be empathetic with them. And finally, Goldman, he mentioned about awareness and regulation, how we can regulate our students, listen to them. And as you can see, it's an activity simple, 5 minutes. If you work with young children, we can change the prompt so you can adapt it. Okay, that is one. And about like the climate in our schools, this is the last QR code for the activity. And then we're just going to be more practical in the last like 40 minutes. And the question is, what are the most common emotions our students experience in our classroom, in the English classroom to be more specific? Okay, and in the meantime, we're going to discuss a little about like the terms according to Brenna, which is like is shaped by the school's social, culture, and economic context, something that teacher Alberto mentioned. It haven't changed. One moment. If you can refresh, please, I think you're gonna find like okay, here is like the question. What are the most common emotions you're experience in the classroom? Try to be honest. We have mentioned like sometimes there is like anxiety. Sometimes we have like peace. Sometimes confusion. Sometimes we can say like boring. Not always the students feel good. Even we as teachers, we sometimes do not feel good in our classroom. We're tired. We have a life. We have frustration. Okay, I just say anxiety as an example, but not for you to imitate the answer, but glad for that. Nervousness, fear, sadness, worry, joy, free, curious, motivated, frustration, nervousness, nervous. They feel joy but shy. Very interesting question. That is also concerned with the attitudes and intelligence types. We have excited, that's very good. Well, I don't know if you have ever worked before with Mentimeter. And well, this word cloud that we have here, as you can see, frustration is the biggest. It means like most of you have answered like with this. The smaller they are, the less frequent the answer is. So according to this amazing audience, we can say that we have three major emotions here: enthusiasm, frustration, happiness, and excited. So they are like fighting for the control. Okay, and well, we have 29 people have answered. I think we have enough data for this gladness. I really like this feeling ignorance. Okay, it happens as well. Gladness, motivate, absent-minded. That's a very good one. I work with in the university, and the new generation, they say a word like, let me recall it. It is the they say disociados when they are like absent-minded. Sorry, teacher, I was dissociated. Can you explain? And just like the meme, it has like your better explanation, and they are just like disociados for a moment. Okay, so we have another one here that is happiness. And as you can see, excited and frustration are like fighting. However, anxiety, worried, and shy, they are struggling a lot. So I think we're going to move to the next part. And once more, clap your hand for your amazing answers. Thanks for being honest. Okay, so let's now have our second part. And it says emotion corners because our classrooms have like 4 corners over there. And what you have to do in this activity, we have mentioned emotions in the classroom, but how can we talk with those students who are shyer? How, if they don't want to share? Well, it depends on the level. We can make them move. So we can just identify the emotions over here. So one example is to label with basic emotions such as happy, calm, worried, or frustrated, which were some of the ones that you already answered. And after that, either at the beginning or the end, or even both, you can ask them to move to the corner that represents their feeling. Sorry. And well, after that, you can check, depending on your students, to give the answer or how or why do they feel this emotion today, or what can they do to make them feel better. And at the end, we can have just a general group discussion. What can we do as a group to support each other? Easy peasy. And just like the teacher, the inner teacher that is in me, and I don't know if you notice in the room, we have different cards over there around. They have emotions, they have emojis. So very, very fast. Último que se pare le toca castigo. Vaya la emoción, cheque cuál tiene. And go there, just gather, read emotions, find the one that identifies you for this moment. If you check the emoji, stay in the emoji. If you don't feel in any emotion that the ones are here, try the one that is closest to that emotion. I was gonna say. I would like to see you, but the lights are very strong, so I just see God over there. So try to group yourself and let me see. Over here, there was another emotion. Oh, yes. Compañero, what emotion do you have? It's an, okay. Es la carita del emoji que se está derritiendo, que te sientes like almost dying. So if you feel like melting, go with the classmate. No, nobody? Only him? Okay, two people, they are enough. Okay, so now that you're in your emotions, let's go with the question. What made you feel this way today? And teacher, once more, give me a number to choose a victim.
5.
5. Choose a person that is to your right, counting 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and pass the microphone, please, teacher. In a moment, we go on the other corner because don't think you're safe. Teacher, what's your name?
Angelica,
Teacher Angelica, can you tell me which emotion are you placed?
I don't know. I think it's relaxed. I
Okay,
feel relaxed because I am interested in learning more about my teacher practice.
very good. So clap your hands for teacher Angelica. And the same, teacher Angie, please count the number and pass the microphone. 6. Has somebody reached? Teacher, what's your name?
Flavio.
Teacher Flavio, what emotion are you placing today?
Relax.
You're relaxed as well.
Yeah, tonight I sleep more than 6 hours.
Oh, that's the dream. Yeah, I think you're not teaching enough, teacher. Eh? You need like to bleed coffee and sleep like 2 or 3 hours to feel like the adrenaline. Thank you very much. Clap your hand for the teacher as well. And the last victim, the same teacher can give a number and pass the microphone.
2.
2. Very.
Hello.
Hello. Can you?
Alice.
Alice. Hi, Alice. What emotion are you placed?
I'm frustrated.
Frustrated. Okay, tell us more.
I've been frustrated at work the last couple of days, but I mean, I feel calm ahead, but work's been quite frustrating.
Yes, that's work, sadly. Okay, very good. Clap your hands together for Alice. And we're going to move to the other corner. And I cannot see, let me. The teacher with the pinky sweater? Yeah, you're not the victim. You're going to choose the victim, so you're safe. In the same dynamic, give a number and pass the microphone, please.
A number?
Yes.
5.
5. Pass the microphone for, and the 5th person is the one who answers.
Okay.
Oh, that was a very short 5. Teacher, what's your name?
Is delay.
Bile?
Delay.
Bile. Which emotion are you placed?
Surprise.
Surprised. Tell us,
Yes.
why do you feel surprised?
I have been in virtual and in first time presential. I am
Okay.
surprised. It's beautiful Jalisco Academy.
Oh, yes, very good. Clap your hands for
Yes.
Teacher Bile.
Sorry?
No, can you please pass the microphone to somebody else? We need 2 more victims. Teacher, be strict, just
All
don't
right,
ask.
I'll get it.
Okay, very brave. What's your name, teacher?
Luis,
Teacher Luis, which emotion are you placed today?
I'm supposed to be happy, but there's so many happy people over here,
Oh,
so I can't walk anymore. So,
okay.
anyways,
So
yeah.
how or why do you feel happy, teacher?
I'm enjoying the activities that we're doing, and because I had a good coffee this morning.
Oh, I just have 1. I need 3 more. Very good, teacher Luis. Clap your hands for Luis as well. And Luis, could you please pass the microphone for another victim that is in another emotion?
Sure.
Somebody who's
Different
not.
emotion, different emotion. Over there,
victim.
all the way over there, which emotion is that?
They worry.
Worried? Are you guys worried? Is anybody worried? You are? Okay.
If they are there, it's because they are worried.
I'm happy.
Let's pretend that you're worried.
It's an honor to be here.
Okay. Who has the microphone?
My name is Oralia.
Hello, Oralia. How do you feel today?
I am living here for an error.
Oh.
I am looking for more emotions, but I am here. Okay, but I think I am so little worried this morning because I am late to be at the event.
Oh. Okay, thank
Thank
you very
you.
much. Clap your hands. And now we're going to go back to my teacher who has been helping me with the victims. And all together, we're going to answer the question trying to help Alice because she had a negative emotion, which was frustration and worried for the other teacher. So together as a group, pretending we're in the classroom, which pieces of advice can you give them to relieve that emotion? Teacher?
My answer? Yes. How would you feel? Okay. Think in the moment and enjoy this moment. You are not here, you are here, you are alive, and this is a great moment, and enjoy the moment.
Thank you very much. Clap your hand for the teacher. And I'm going to go with the microphone again. And let's see, the teacher who's wearing like a green hoodie. That it's in the corner.
Green pudding?
Yes, I know that people love to participate when try like for eye contact. Hi, what's your name? Vicky. In this side, we have a person who felt frustrated because she arrived late. What piece of advice could you give her to feel like in another emotion?
I would say that, okay, like, it's okay that you arrived late, but now you're here. Try to enjoy what we're doing, try to learn what we're doing, and I don't know, meet new people. Go get a coffee, agüita.
Coffee, yes, agüita.
Exercise.
Wine yesterday, yes. Okay, thank you very much, Vicky, and thank you very much for everybody. Clap your hands, and let's go back to our places. Try to find like any place unless you have your stuff. And well, once more, making like this, wrap it up. If we check on time, you know, like our curricula provides English a regular 1 or 2 50-minute classes a day. And when we have like the 30, I don't know how many students you have in your classrooms. In Chiapas, usually classes are like 35, 40 students in elementary school. In Guanajuato, they are like 30, 35. But even though you can spend 5 minutes to group your students, to group your children, and just listening to them, it can help them to feel understood and for you to know their emotions. So if you notice like a lack of participation, it doesn't mean like they are not paying attention to your class, but maybe they're having another emotion. But because not everybody is working in elementary, we have some other adaptations. So for example, with elementary, that's why I had emojis, because I have this idea that most of you work with elementary. But when we have middle school, we can have just like more nuanced emotions. You know, teenagers, they are rushing with hormones and those aspects, so you can provide different emotions so they can identify the one, like motivated, anxious, so you can connect the feelings. And for high school, you can even have like reflecting questions or very short journaling activities. Like, how do you feel today? Write 1 or 2 sentences, pass, you read, and you understand a little bit more. Okay, these are the variations, and the purpose here or the outcome is to develop emotional awareness and empathy. Okay, and what do we gain as teachers? We have insight into the emotional tone, so we can help with instruction and we can provide a supportive and positive coexistence in our classrooms. And well, now one of our favorite stuff, which is classroom management. Have you ever feel like this situation when you're explaining something and Pepito is at the back talking with the classmate and they, teacher, ¿qué dijo? That's very common. Or sometimes it's talking and they say, classroom management. And he doesn't know. So we're going to discuss a little about this. And well, your teachers, I just have this slide to provide that we all know based on practice, but according to what a humanistic classroom is, we need to understand discipline as a process of growth, dialogue, and empathy rather than control. I have heard most of you, well, a lot of people here come from Normalismo or from Escuelas Normales, and I work there as well in Guanajuato, so I know sometimes we have this paradigm about the traditional classroom, and we still can see like old practices where the teacher is hegemonic practice in the classroom, so everything's around the teacher. But we need to move through other paradigms, and control is not like the best option. And according to Rogers, we have to develop what more? Communication, empathy, and responsibility. Gordon, on the other hand, well, in addition, he emphasized listening and mutual respect about like resistance and promote cooperation. So we need to guide towards self-regulation and well, relationship-centered emotional aware practices. And these are example of the next activity because everything we're doing here, it is based on theory, so we know what is going on. So when you have your ATP in your class, it is, teacher, ¿por qué estás haciendo eso? It's because according to Rogers, he says like this is this, okay? Because sometimes they just question what do we do because they are supposed to be greater, but you need to be strong enough to go against the system. And well, going back to the topic, this is like the strategies, active listening, restorative dialogue, and constructed rules. Teachers, do you follow the last one? Yes? Okay, good. I like you're not like impository teachers. But well, this is collaboration.